In the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh. And
What's going on, y'all? So I had to do this video to respond to this woman's post. So she talked about the angle of when women go to therapy as a couple or individually, and they ask for advice in a relationship, and they find out that they're doing things wrong in the relationship, and she tries to help them correct it or tell them what they're doing wrong, and the women don't want to hear that, and then they don't want to come back. Those are normally women that are in relationships with good men, and they probably went to that therapist talking about, yeah, he's DMing other females, he's doing this, I think he went out with another girl, or it's another girl texting him, and then the therapist will go and be like, all right, so what is it that, have you ever thought about has he ever told you what he may want in a woman? And they'll dig, and then they'll point out things that she's not doing, right? Because she left that out. She just wanted to point and poke and talk down on you so it makes her look good in the therapy session, right? But see, a real good trained therapist is very good at understanding, all right, she or he is leading with that to make the person look bad, to make them look good. I know how to pick through that. Therapists know how to pick through that. The angle that I was going to talk on about why women don't no longer go to therapy, or why women choose not to go to therapy, is women that are in relationships like or marriages. If you ever watched The Sopranos season 3, remember Carmela, Tony Soprano's wife, starts going to therapy. And I think she's like on session number 2 of going by herself. And she's talking about how Tony cheats and how he doesn't come in, and, oh, he's a good person, but he just sleeps with other women. And the guy's like, you just told me he's a mafia boss. So how is he a good person? He kills people. So she's dressing it up, but she's crying. And he's like, ma'am, I'm not even going to charge you on this session. Do you want the truth? Because you may not like what I'm about to say. And she's like, no, I want to know. You need to pack up your stuff, pack up the kids, and leave. And you should see her face like, see, she was waiting for him to like baby her. Oh, poor you. No, you know what he is. And that man makes more than enough money where you can leave him and you can walk away. And we're talking about still the late 90s. $1 million goes a long way in the late 90s. She was addicted to Tony Soprano. She just didn't want to be left. She didn't want to get replaced by a younger woman. She didn't like being embarrassed. That's all it was. There was a part where Carmela wanted to donate $50,000 to one of the kids' colleges. And Tony's like, we just donated we paid $40,000 a year for her college tuition. We donated $5,000. Why do we need to donate $50,000? So she waited until Tony Soprano did something that she didn't like stay out all night with a woman, and waited and said, we're donating the $50,000. That's how she got her way. That's how she would get her way. That's how she was just as manipulative as him. She just didn't cheat, or she cheated actually, but that's not what this is about. She and women like to use other tactics of manipulation, which is just as bad as cheating. See, cheating, a guy can cheat. Let's just say a guy says, yeah, I'm going to cheat twice a year. Women act like that's the end of the world. But a woman can manipulate every week. A woman can manipulate every other day. And it's never looked at as manipulation. It's never looked at as bad. And that's why a lot of women leave, because the therapist points stuff like that out. And these women are like, oh man, he caught me. Yeah, you're part of the manipulation game too. You could have been there and left that man, but you don't want to leave him because you like the perks. You like to live in the $1 million home, drive the expensive Mercedes Benz. You like the lifestyle to be able to shop and buy whatever you want. You don't want to downgrade from that. So you're willing to risk your morals. And they were Catholics, right? So we believe in family and Jesus. And I mean, that we believe in religion or whatever. But you're with a person who's kills people. He's a mob boss. So she did that picking and choosing, like, this is why I'm staying because of my religion and my faith. But you married a guy that killed people. That's why a lot of women leave therapy, because therapists pick stuff out like that. And it's the stuff that a lot of you guys don't even think about until the relationship's over. She's already done a number on you and got away from you. And then you look back and you're like, whoa.
Stepping my boundaries here, but you are Jewish, aren't you?
Is that relevant?
Well, us Catholics, we place a great deal of stock in the sanctity of the family. And I am not sure that your people...
I've been married for 31 years.
Well, then you know how difficult it can be. He's a good man. He's a good father.
You tell me he's a depressed criminal, prone to anger, serially unfaithful. Is that your definition of a good man?
I thought psychiatrists weren't supposed to be judgmental.
Many patients want to be excused for their current predicament because of events that occurred in their childhood. That's what psychiatry has become in America. Visit any shopping mall or ethnic pride parade to witness the results.
What we say in here stays in here, right?
By ethical code, by law.
His crimes, they are organized crime.
The mafia.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, so what? So what? He betrays me every week with these whores.
Probably the least of his misdeeds. You can leave now, or you can stay and hear what I have to say.
You're going to charge the same anyway.
I won't take your money.
That's a new one.
You must trust your initial impulse and consider leaving him. You'll never be able to feel good about yourself. You'll never be able to quell the feelings of guilt and shame that you talked about, as long as you're his accomplice.
You're wrong about the accomplice part, though.
Are you sure?
All I do is make sure he's got clean clothes in his closet and dinner on his table.
So enabler would be a more accurate job description for you than accomplice. My apologies.
So, you think I need to define my boundaries more clearly? Keep a certain distance, not internalize my...
What did I just say?
Leave him.
Take only the children, what's left of them, and go.
My priest said I should try and work with him, help him to be a better man.
How's that going? Have you ever read Crime and Punishment? Dostoevsky. It's not an easy read. It's about guilt and redemption. And I think for your husband to turn himself in, read this book, and reflect on his crimes every day for 7 years in his cell, then he might be redeemed.
I would have to get a lawyer, find an apartment, arrange for child support.
You're not listening. I'm not charging you because I won't take blood money. You can't either. One thing you can never say that you haven't been told